Hello, everybody. It is December 11th, 2022. I am Drew,
And I am Tara.
and this is MELLONfights, a sports and entertainment sibling podcast, the number one sports and entertainment sibling podcast in America.
Yeah.
And that's our story. We're sticking to it. There's a lot of things. We're a lot of things. One
We are a
one
lot
thing
of
you're not though,
things.
Tara. I'm gonna say one thing you're not. You're not a picker of games anymore.
Oh
You
my
had a
God.
little bit of a run, but the teams you're picking now are just I don't know where your picks are coming from, but you're getting blown the fuck out. I know I said I
I
kind of like that
know.
one. I know I said I kind
You
of
said
like
you
it.
liked both of mine.
I said I kind of yeah, but did I? But were they my locks of the week? No.
No.
Maybe you should let me pick first so I can take the ones that are dog shit.
Yeah, and then I'll look awesome because holy shit, I was wrong.
Tara, ugly,
It was
ugly.
it was so bad.
Purdy's the
The
guy.
He is the guy, and you know what? The
What?
Bucks are what I've always thought they were, and for some reason let myself get confused. They are not
Um,
a good team. They're not having fun. They look bored. They look just like shit.
yeah. They look like total dog shit. That was one of real quick. We're recording a day early. It's
Mm-hmm.
actually Sunday before the Sunday night game, so my pick hasn't gone through yet. So Tara likes to open sodas on audio. It's her favorite thing to do. I don't know why. She likes to have everyone to hear her cracking her diet dews. She has to have a diet dew every time
I
she does this.
have
I don't understand.
to.
It's pretty wild, actually.
It's my go-go juice. It keeps me going. It keeps
It's
me
your go-go
sharp.
juice. So so we'll go back to your game here real quick, Tara. But my game
Yeah.
hasn't happened yet. So I have an idea because I probably want to put a clip up. I'll probably want to
Yeah.
put a clip up
Yeah.
for my picks this week, even though nobody gives a fuck about them. But I'm gonna put my picks up. So I think what I'm gonna do for you real quick, Tara, is give you a reaction for both. Like
I
I
like it.
covered or I didn't cover.
I like it.
But I mean, here I'll start you. Right, tell me when to go. Give me a 3, 2, 1, go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Ooh, that's right. I don't know why anybody doubts me. I don't have an L yet on my underdog pick of the week. On the actual underdog pick of the week, no L's yet. And this wasn't going to be the week. My boy Jay Herbs came through. He did what I thought he'd do.
Mm-hmm.
Miami showed their true self. They're a good team, but are they a great team? No, they're
No.
dependent on who they're playing, and again, they're a little dinged on the line. So,
Mm-hmm.
my streak is alive and well, and I'm the king. I'm gonna say it. I'm the king, and I can't wait to pick a
I
little bit later and keep that streak alive.
I'm
All right,
impressed.
how's that?
I'm
That's pretty good, right? For a
Yeah.
game that never happened.
Yeah.
All right, give me another countdown, and now they lost.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Bong, bong, the king is dead. The king is dead. I am dead. My streak is done. I don't even know if I should pick a game for the rest of the season. I'm not feeling good about it. It's over with. It's done for. The king is dead. The streak is done. Underdog pick of the week is no more. I'm canceling it. We're not doing any more picks. We're not doing any
Okay.
more picks. No, we'll pick. But
Yes.
I don't love that my streak is over. If someone's been picking with me all year, they're still up for the year, but my streak is dead, and Herbert let me down. He's who I have said he is, a
Mm-hmm.
fraud all year.
Definitely. Yes.
And why would
Yes.
I go with him? Why did I fool myself and say that Justin Herbert is the guy? Like, what am I
I
doing? And obviously Tua in that offense, and they're just they're packed with talent and speed
Yep.
everywhere, and they deserve to win,
Yeah.
and I deserve to lose, and the streak is
You're
dead.
It's dead.
There we go.
All right. You
I think
nailed
that's
it.
wait. There's one more
Well,
option.
what if you push?
Hold on. Give me a 3, 2, 1. Give me a
3,
3, 2, 1. Wait.
3.
No. It's oh no, I think it can push, can it? Is it 3?
I don't know.
I took him at 3, right? Let me look. I have it. I bet it. So let me look. Let me look. Let me look. Plus 3. So I get, yeah, give me 3 too. I
All
got to
right.
do it with a push. I got to do it with a
Three.
push because that's gonna be fun if it is a push.
3, 2, 1, go.
I don't know what to say. This actually might be more impressive than the original streak that I've pushed 3 straight weeks in a row that I've had a push. Like that's actually might be more impressive. If you're sticking with me, you still have all your money. You haven't lost shit yet
Mm-hmm.
with this push. It's okay. Like stick. That means we're about to bust through. Maybe next week, put it all, every unit you got, put it on the line. Cause like this push ain't gonna. It's just waiting to burst. It's just
Yeah.
waiting to burst and shoot through. No more pushes. No more pushes. Next week's the week. Next week's the week. I'll let you know who I'm picking.
Okay. We'll see.
All
We'll
right.
see if you
I
burst
think we have
next
all.
week.
I think we have it covered
All right.
because I can chop that up. I can chop all that up. If it's a push, I'm sure there'll be a little bit of that Tua stuff. There'll be a little bit of that Herbert stuff. What do you think, Tara? Is that pretty impressive?
Sure, I liked it. I thought you did a good job. It sounded like you would have, if it
For,
really would have happened, that's what you would have said, probably. So,
probably,
yeah,
probably,
I'd say you're
maybe.
a good
Yeah, it's gonna be.
actor.
It's not gonna be done before we're done. It's not gonna be done before we're
No,
done because that hasn't even started
not
yet.
even
So
close.
sadly, I'll probably pull it up while it's going on though.
Yeah.
While we're doing this here. So week 14, not really in the books yet. Tara, bad pick. Her record goes to
Woo,
6-4-1 now.
I am
She's
bad.
struggling. She's picking like she's not just picking losers. She's picking like
Oh my God.
embarrassments.
Yes, they're so bad. I don't know what happened
I
to
don't know
me.
what you're doing.
I thought I was good at picking, and then all of a sudden I just lost my touch. I'm in, what do they call
Well, you
it?
got
A
to turn it
slump?
around this
I'm in a
week.
gambling slump. I need to turn it around and, get back on track. You know what? I get knocked down,
What
but I get up again, okay?
are we quoting Chumbawamba on this pod?
Chumbawamba. Yes, we are. And
It's
I'm going
tough.
to
That's a
get up
tough quote.
again. It's a good one.
All right.
If
All
at
right.
first you don't succeed, brush yourself off
No,
and try again. Okay.
brush
Okay.
yourself off and try again. That's a different song.
I know. We're
Is
also
that even?
quoting Aaliyah.
But it also applies to this situation, is what you're saying.
Definitely. Yes. All the
All right.
greats.
Well, how about this? You may be picking shitty, but I will say you made a prediction a fucking couple weeks ago. I wasn't going to say fuck there, but it kind of popped out, so I went with it. You made a
Yeah,
prediction a couple weeks ago that I fucking belittled to no ends. I told
you
you to go
did.
fuck yourself, basically. I
Mm-hmm.
told you made a prediction a couple weeks ago, and it is not out of the realm of possibility anymore. In
It
fact, it
never
looks. I
was.
don't know that there's been an. Has there been an L since you said it?
Yeah.
Did you say it before the Bills game or after the Bills game?
I said it before the Bills game, but said that that was the only one that I could see him losing. Is that one?
And I said that you said they're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
You didn't guarantee they'd go win all the rest, but you said they'd make the playoffs, and it's not impossible. And they might win out. I looked at the schedule now. And nobody's playing that good that they play the rest of the way.
No.
Like I don't know. They could win. I mean, they could win the rest of their games.
I know.
It could also go to that final game against the Packers and just their hearts get ripped out by Aaron Rodgers. That's also a possibility
That would
for
suck.
sure. Man, Iowa tied that game. They were up. They were down by 5 like 2 seconds ago. Now they're tied 60 with 9 seconds to go. They're showing a bunch of white kids in the crowd going nuts, and they're showing a bunch of white kids on the floor. There's a lot of white people in this fucking at this
Yeah.
basketball game
It's
the stadium on the floor. Tara, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 of the 10 people on the court playing basketball are white in this game. That's got to be
Iowa and
a
Wisconsin
2022
basketball for
record
you.
for like major conferences. And like, that's kind of nuts. It is Iowa and Wisconsin
But when you
basketball.
say the teams, it's like, yes, that makes all the sense.
They like didn't even get a shot off to like turn the ball over, and it's
Sweet.
0-0 and it's going to overtime.
Dumb.
Did you see my fresh new hat I got on here? This was a my first holiday. I wasn't. We weren't going to do gifts for each other till me and Miranda we're going to do our own thing in between Hanukkah and Christmas
Mm-hmm.
next week. Not next week, a week and a half from now. But I was like, I don't have a hat to wear. She's like, you, and I knew I had gotten this. Like, and she's like, you want your present? And I said yes. So we exchanged our first present 10 minutes before we started recording, so I could wear my fresh new Bucks hat. What do you think of it?
Oh, I like it. And I like that you
Yeah, what
wore
else?
it,
That's the new.
that you got it just for this.
Yeah, brand new. It's the city. It's the new city edition, and it's fucking beautiful, isn't it? It's
I
a
do like
beautiful,
it. I like
beautiful
the
hat.
colors of it. Um,
Oh, what's on this
what
side?
do
What's
what
on
do
the
you
side
think
over
of?
here?
I don't know. It's blurry on my the new era swish thing.
Oh, okay. I don't know if it was the NBA, and then it's got the Wisconsin.
Oh, I like
It's got
that.
the outline of
Wisconsin on
Wisconsin
the
there.
side
Yeah, it's good.
with the basketball where Milwaukee is.
What were you saying right before I said that? You want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to know what you thought of the way I look today because when I came up on the camera, you made a face like, ee, ee.
Because
That was
last
your
week, because
face.
last week we talked about you maybe like being the eye candy of the pod. It was mostly a joke, not totally a joke, but mostly a joke. Mostly a joke. One girl did. I do like when women have other women's backs.
Yep.
One girl did have
Leave
your back. One
him.
girl, one woman said, "Leave that man." She said, she told me to s the f up.
Yep.
Um, for what I said about your outfit and your frumpiness, and she was not wrong. But we're trying to sell pod time, Terry.
Well, okay. So
So my question is this. So you said, cool, maybe I'll dress a little snazzier.
I
This
did
might
say
be,
that.
I think, at least like the sweatshirt, frumpy sweatshirt look is like what girl, like all girls wear. Like
What am
TikTok, they're
I
all wearing the big
wearing?
oversized sweatshirts. What are you wearing tonight? With the you can't, first of all, you look
What
your
am
mom.
I
Your haircut's
wearing?
very much reminding me of mom, color and everything. You got a real Jeannie Mellon look going right now. But you look like you work at a library, maybe like not in a good like
Not a
a,
good way.
like not in a good way.
Not in
You're
like a
not the like
porno
the
way.
librarian.
No.
No. Not even in like the like you don't. You're not a librarian. You just work at a library and
Okay.
like you love books.
Okay.
It's a look.
Well, okay.
The hair.
So
You know what it is? I'm just not used to the length of hair. I'm just so not used to your hair being this short.
I know. I think it makes me look like a big
How
head.
do you are a big head. Do
But
you
it
miss your
really,
hair? No longer hair.
well, yes and no, because it just like was not good. Like it needed a trim. Um, but the truth of the matter is, I had a different outfit on, and I went
Mm-hmm.
upstairs and changed because I
Why?
okay, so I had this dress on that kind of had like a little lace here and then like a little see-through lace down here. But I didn't want
Mm-hmm.
to put a real bra on, so I just had a sports bra on with it. And then when I saw it in the camera, it looked like shit. So I'm like, oh God, I gotta go upstairs and change. And then I did, and this was what I came up with. And I knew the second I got downstairs and saw your face, it was the wrong choice, but I couldn't change. I couldn't change it.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm wearing a black tee, Henley. I mean, I look cool. Don't get me wrong. I look cool.
I just
I
didn't
gotta
want to
tell.
put on a and I have glasses on because I didn't want to put mascara on. So that's where we're at. It's a Sunday.
You look like you date like an improviser,
Oh,
but you're
okay.
not in it. Like you're like an improviser's girlfriend. If
Okay.
that makes any sense
Yep, it does.
from like our history
Yeah,
of that sort of thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do. I
Like you
feel
like to
that.
be around funny
I
people,
like to be around funny people,
but maybe aren't.
I'm not funny, and um, but I try to be. But I'm very supportive, and I get all
You're
my
supportive of.
of my improviser boyfriend.
You're very supportive of your improviser boyfriend.
Yeah.
Nice. I don't know why I don't know what any of this means, but I'm going with it.
Okay.
Um, let's talk a little bit more about the football games real quick.
Okay.
From this week, Detroit. Let's stick with the Detroit thing because we didn't really finish that.
Yeah.
You might be right. They might make the playoffs. They might win out. That would be impressive. I will. That will. That we should have bet a future on that. What were? Can we still bet a future on that?
I
Let me see.
know.
Let me see what that might be. Future, 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 future. I don't know how to bet a future. Like I don't know how to find it on this. I don't really bet futures very often. Um, so I don't really know where it's at. Team props. I don't feel like going through it right now while we're on here, but I should look in. Oh, here we go. Team futures. Super Bowl. You're not picking
Mm.
Super Bowl, so
No,
let's
no,
not
no,
even
no, no,
try
no.
that, right?
Right.
Regular season wins, special winner, conference winner, division winner. They're not going to do that.
No.
Regular season wins. Here we go. Lions. Lions, 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 Lions. They're not on the board right now. I'm not seeing it. Probably because they played this week, so we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait on that. So,
Okay.
anyway, anyway, what else did you take from today's games? It was kind of a weird day. Bummer for me. I'm in quarterback hell. Um, on my fantasy team, I have Lamar Jackson. He got hurt, so I had to start. I did have his backup. I started Huntley. He got a concussion,
You
and then like, well, I
did.
guess and then Russell Wilson started playing good. Who's my other quarterback? Finally,
He
for the
got
first time, I'm like, oh wow,
concussed.
he's finally figuring out. And then he got a concussion. So
Yeah.
I actually don't think I have a quarterback next week for the first week of the playoffs. So I might be going quarterbackless because there ain't
Oh
nobody out there.
God, that's terrible. No one will trade
Might
him.
have to trade somebody.
Yeah.
Stacked. I'm a stacked boy at the running back. Starting running backs around the world. I had to trade some away, and I traded for Cooper Kupp, and he died that week.
I know. I felt so
That's
bad
enough
for
fantasy
that
talk.
one. Um.
It's enough fancy talk.
Okay. I didn't get to watch a lot of
What's
football
your football?
today. I only
Oh
got
yeah,
to
you
watch
were
a little
traveling a little
bit
bit.
of the Ram, or not the Ram. Yes, I watched a little bit of the Rams versus Raiders. I technically watched it all,
Mm-hmm.
but I was at work, and it was a real boring game up until like the last drive, with where Baker
I don't know if you
won
saw
it
that.
for him.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
That was fun that he pulled that off.
yeah,
I don't know if you saw that the Debo got hurt in that Rams
I
game
did
or in
see.
that
And the
Niners
49ers
game.
game. Yep, I did see that.
Yeah, but they came out and said it's not like a serious injury. He might be out
Out
for
a
a
couple
couple weeks, but it
weeks.
was his ankle. But he was
Oh,
acting like it was
okay.
worse than it was. I
I
think it could
know,
be
like
he could be out for a while still.
when he was going out, he looked real bummed out.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see. But it doesn't sound like it's a season ender just yet. I guess it really depends on how far they make in the playoffs, if I had to guess. But it's a bummer because they just are so stacked and have such a
It's
fun. Like I like the way
crazy.
they play football. It's so
Yeah.
unique and they get everybody involved and everybody does everything. They don't like do any of this bullshit. Like everyone, like, oh, you got to do it a certain way. They just like kind of do what works best for them, and that's like running the ball and getting everybody involved. And Purdy's the man. Terry, you doubted Purdy,
I know. Who am I? I was such an idiot.
and he
He
and he like kind of is poised. He's looked better than Jimmy G's ever looked.
Poor Jimmy
Like it's
G.
kind of insane.
No,
He
he
like
looks
throws really
good.
good balls. He makes the right
Mhm.
plays. I mean, not that they're not like asking him to do like they didn't ask G to do a bunch of shit, and they're not asking him to do a bunch
Right.
of shit, and he's doing it really well.
Mhm.
I didn't, but other than that, man, Kansas City's good. They
They're
they like they let Denver hang around, but they still beat them up pretty good.
yeah. I don't know how they let him back in that game, but they did.
Yeah, they
Um
did. Bengals got a nice win.
yeah.
Jesus,
I'm going to be
stupid.
happy every single
I got to use a Burger King Whopper commercial. Whopper suck. I like Burger King Whoppers. So let me run through stuff real quick.
Yep.
For the scores. Chargers Dolphins is underway 0-0 in the first still.
Mhm.
Bills won. It was a nice win for them, but the Jets played them tough, which was good for the Jets. Jets got
Yeah.
to be
Did
happy
you
with that.
see the play where the defensive guy like jumped over the line and they got like an offsides and everyone knew that they were just trying to get him to jump and he
Yeah,
completely whipped. was
It
like,
was funny.
what? It was
It was
funny.
funny. Yep. Yep. Bengals and the boys looked good. Cowboys didn't look good. That
Holy
line was
shit.
nuts in the first place, but only winning by 4 and having to come behind and beat that Texans team was really frustrating.
I know.
You got
There's
to be
just a
happy you
lot
won,
of
but like that,
turnovers.
a lot of turnovers. Dak didn't look great.
Mm.
Pollard didn't touch the ball in the second half. Basically, he had like 3 or 4 touches the whole second half. It seemed like where he was dominant. He had 2 TDs in the first half. Looked great, and then they stopped giving him the ball. Doesn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make any sense to me. Vikings Lions kind of
Onward,
was what I thought it was. It
Vikings.
could have gone either way, and then the Lions won, and I'm happy they won.
Same.
Titans look like
Love me
shit.
some Lions. Oh my
Jaguars
god, they're so
Jaguars are like
bad.
so inconsistent. Like look great, then look
Yeah.
bad, and then look great. They looked great. They kind of looked great today. Another thing though, like Derrick Henry could do whatever he wanted in the second half. They stopped really giving him the ball because they got down a little.
Yeah.
Like just give him the ball. It's your best option. Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens Steelers. Ravens won that thing, but they're down to their third string quarterback.
Not good.
They got to be hoping they can. They got 9 wins, so they. My guess is they hold Lamar out for another week at least,
Yeah, I think they will
and just
too.
go there and then lose and then try to win a couple with him when he gets back.
They are always
Chiefs
injured.
Broncos Chiefs. Yeah, who? The Ravens?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
always are.
they're
And
always
then they
injured. They got a
already
lot of
don't
injuries.
have like enough. They don't have that great of talent to go along with the injuries too. So it sucks.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They got J.K. Dobbins back this week, and he looked good.
Mm-hmm.
And then Seahawks Panthers. Panthers are playing solid, and the
I
Seahawks are kind of like
know.
going to play themselves out
Uh-huh.
of the playoffs. So I don't know, man.
I know. They
I don't know.
really.
It's so it's so funny. I was just go ahead and say what you're going to say. And I'll say what
No,
I was
you
going to say.
go. I don't even. I was.
No, I'm moving on to a different thing.
That's good. I don't really have anything
I
to
was going to
say.
talk about something else. You said I know, and then I stopped you.
I know. And then
Come up with something. Let's hear what you got. What do you got about that
I was
Panthers
gonna
Seahawks game?
say, yeah, I know that the Seahawks are gonna not make the playoffs probably, and they looked so promising at the start of it, and now they're just kind of
I mean, they
beating
could still.
themselves.
They're in the mix. They're in the mix still. That tie actually kept the Giants and Commanders both ahead of them, which is kind of
Yeah,
funny. But their stretch run is tough. Niners, Chiefs, Jets, Rams. Niners, Chiefs, Jets are all like top level teams. Teams that are going
yeah.
to struggle to beat. Play in the hunt teams, and then the Rams are with Baker. Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
But what I was gonna say was a couple Browns highlights here and there, and like little things where it was like, they were like complimenting Deshaun Watson, and Miranda and I both just go, "Fuck, just shut the fuck up." That's all we said. Is like,
Right?
shut up. Nobody gives a fuck
Yes.
that he oh, he really worked hard for that. And I'm like, we don't
Shut
care.
up.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
We both
Yeah.
said like, we don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that there's ever been someone that's been cheered against so universally in the NFL?
No.
Like while they were like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like everyone's like really rooting against him. Like even more like when Kobe was going through all that shit, people were still like pro Kobe.
Right.
Most people are not pro Deshaun Watson right now.
Yeah.
At least I'm not hearing from them. There's not a bunch of people like Deshaun Watson's dope. Like,
Right.
so when they do it, I think most people's like, nobody wants to hear about Deshaun Watson. Shut up. He's
agree.
a creep.
Such a fucking creep. Yeah, I think that he definitely, like, I didn't watch that game, so I don't know how the boos were this round, but I mean, he's just a real hated dude.
I don't know.
Other than like
They scored a touchdown
Browns
and they
people,
booed. What?
Yeah, some Browns people who are like pro Watson and we have your back bullshit, but
I don't. If I had a bigger platform, I'd talk so much shit about him every week.
I know.
Every week. I'd be like, oh yeah, by the way, Deshaun Watson fucking sucks. As a
He's
dude.
gross. Yeah.
I would do it every week. I just would. Badgers won in overtime. Nice win.
Go Bucky!
Badgers won in overtime. Nice win. I'm going to throw the Sunday night game on while we do this. It's kind of the thing about Sunday night is there's so much going on. The Bucks are playing right now as well.
Oh, that's right.
They're
Oh
up.
my gosh.
They're playing the Rockets. They're up 81-74.
So
What's up?
I was watching their game at work, and then I got
Which
in
one?
the one against the Mavericks.
Mm-hmm.
And I got in the car and they were ahead, and then there was just a little bit of time left, and the Mavericks went ahead, and I was like, fuck this. So I turned it off. There was like a couple seconds left, and then I just looked today and I'm like, oh, they won that game.
Yeah, they
I'm
won
like,
that game.
oh my God.
They did. They missed all their free throws.
That's what I
and
saw.
The Bucks had a chance to win it.
Yeah.
It was great.
And
it was like a nice
Giannis fouled out, and
it was such bullshit. Like the last foul was a foul, but like a bunch of his fouls are just some of the fouls they put on him, and he's just so chill about it. He's just kind of like whatever. I wish he would get pissed more. I don't want him to be like Doncic in every single second, be like, "What the fuck?" Like Luka's so fucking annoying. It's like, dude, stop. Anyone that doesn't like Giannis is nuts. Like he doesn't ever complain.
No.
He's like, I guess there's a foul or whatever. He's like, I'm not gonna fight you on it. Like, what's the point? You're not gonna reverse it.
Right.
You're not gonna reverse it. So who cares?
He's
Tyreek Hill has the most receiving yards in Dolphins history for a season. Way to go, buddy. Proud of you. He is a loser.
We hate him. He is.
He looks really happy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whatever. I don't even hate it. It's just like I just don't need him to be like praised so much all the time because knowing he's a turd. I don't like him either, but I just don't need to hear it all the time. Like, hey, when guys are kind of turds, like, just don't put them on such a pedestal.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, you're not.
So that's NFL for the week. Let's do our picks for next week. Let's do it right now. Move on, and then we'll be done with football. Terry, you're not supposed to have looked.
I know.
MELLONfights, underdog, pick of the week. I'll go first this week.
Okay.
Right now I am 10-0-2. Hold on. Underdogs, pick of the week. Right now I'm 9-1-2. Hold on. MELLONfights, underdog, pick of the week. I'm 9-0-3. Keeping my streak alive. I think that we covered all our bases there. It's pretty good. Mm-hmm. I might even cut some of this out after the fact when I edit it, because I won't edit till tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I'll probably leave it in because it's fun. But my underdog pick of the week this week, guys, jump on my back, make money with me, climb aboard the diesel. And my underdog pick of the week is I haven't picked one yet. Underdog pick of the week is, man, what do we got going? It's a full slate next week, so there's a lot of games to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Giants +4, Buccaneers +3. Those teams both suck. Patriots +1. The Raiders blow.
Mm-hmm.
Falcons +4 at the Saints. I think the Saints are trying to throw the season, to be quite honest. I don't even think they want to win that game.
Right.
Jags +6. Panthers, nope. Steelers +2. Houston +14. Lions +1. Lions +1? You might want to jump on that, Tara, since if you want to keep your streak alive.
I do.
That might be your trick. Bears +9 against the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Bears +9 against the Eagles at home. Eagles kind of have the 1 seed basically wrapped up at this point. I mean, they don't, but it's close. I feel like I've picked the Bears a lot this year, though.
I don't know.
What's grabbing me, man? What's grabbing me? Okay, I got it. It is. It's Bears +9 at home against. I feel like I pick against the Eagles a lot, and I pick the Bears a lot. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know how I feel about this at all. I wish the Jaguars were favored, so I could pick against them, but they're not.
They are favored.
Sadly, Jaguars are not favored.
They're not.
Cowboys are favored.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I'm gonna stick with what I said. Bears at home. It's gonna be a lot of quarterback action. Bears at home +9 against the Eagles. Eagles been crushing, but I just have this feeling. I got this Justin Fields feeling, Tara.
Okay. What's
Bears
it feel like?
+9. It feels like a W. I don't know about a W, but they're gonna
Mm.
keep it close. Great manner at the end of that game. So Bears +9 at the Eagles. I just think that Fields is going to have a nice little day. It's going to be a back and forth game. Eagles are going to have a little letdown because, like I said, they're like 2 games up now. I think they're 2 games up on the Cowboys and the Vikings at this point. It's going to be really hard for them not to get the number 1 seed. Or they could just say, "Hey, let's lock this up this week," and then not have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Am I going to stick? I'm going to stick with it. Bears
Okay.
+9 against the Eagles.
Man, I hate this since I'm like so shitty now.
Is a Tara, it's a lock.
Oh,
It's
it's
a
a what?
lock. It's a fucking lock. It's a Tara.
What?
It is a lock.
Okay.
Lock that thing up.
All right, I believe you.
I'm the king. Jump on my back. Take me. I'll take you to the promised land. What are you picking?
Oy, oy, oy.
You gotta turn this thing around.
I have no confidence in my picks anymore, but let's try to find one.
I do. I'm watching the Chargers 0-0 in the first right now. They're driving. They're about to take the lead. And I'm going to feel real good about that. I'm going to feel really good about that when I'm 10-0-2.
Okay.
Who are you taking? You look like you studied the
Who
history.
did Jacksonville play?
Huh?
Who did Jacksonville play today? The Titans.
The Jacksonville Jaguars just beat up the Titans.
Yeah. And the Cowboys kind of look like
You think
shit.
they're going to keep it close with the boys?
I don't.
Yeah, they did look like shit,
so.
but they haven't looked like shit 2 weeks in a row yet.
No, I said I don't.
They haven't looked like shit 2 weeks in a row yet.
Okay.
People are going to be all over that. That's going to be the one that everyone and their mom's picking is the +6 Jags at home. Mistake. I'm going to put this out as a separate video. If anybody's taking Jacksonville +6 at home against the Cowboys, they're ridiculous. Jags ain't got it. I just want to put that out there.
Okay.
I won't allow you to take that.
I kind of am eyeing this Rams-Packers game because
Rams-Packers?
Neither team.
The Monday night game?
Oh, shit, I can't do that.
You're going to pick Monday night?
I said never mind.
You can, but like,
no,
you can.
I won't.
You can. If you want to.
No. God. I'll do, don't like that. Shit.
Well, you're not gonna ride your Lions?
Yeah, I'll ride my Lions. I'll do Detroit.
Let's hear your underdog lock pick of the week.
My underdog lock pick of the week is the Detroit Lions.
Hold on. I'm stopping you before you even start. That's okay. I want to hear it. I want to hear it in the pick. I want to hear I don't want you like you're reading it off. I want to hear it like you've been fucking. You can't stop thinking about this pick.
Okay.
Because then you can manifest it. You weren't manifesting this last 2 weeks.
But I am manifesting.
You were letting the universe stomp all over you.
Yes. Oh, I got it.
You believe in the stars? I don't.
I believe in the stars.
Ready?
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
My underdog pick of the week is going to be the Detroit Lions +1 versus the New York Jets. I can't believe that not. I can't believe that they're not favored in this because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but that squad can score some freaking points. And what are they going to do? They're going to score a bunch of points. You know what the Jets aren't doing very much of these days? Scoring points. You want to know why? Because they don't really have a quarterback. Mike White, his ribs hurt. Ow, my ribs hurt. He's not probably going to play, or if he does, his ribs hurt. We know what happens when ribs hurt. You don't play well. So then who do you put in? Flacco. Flacco sucks. Are they going to bring back? Are they going to have Zach Wilson play? Are they?
No.
No, they're not going to do that.
Maybe. But
They
I
might
doubt
do it, but he's not going to do anything because it's all in his head now. He knows they all wore Mike White shirts and they like him, and he's just a chump, and nobody cares that he banged his mom's best friend anymore because he sucks at football. Like, nobody cares.
Tara, can you point to the screen and say that Zach Wilson's a chump?
Like this. Zach Wilson's a chump. Is that what you want? Zach Wilson's a chump.
Yeah, I wanted you to say
everybody knows it.
Yeah.
Do you want me to say more about him being a chump? Because I can.
No, that feels good.
Okay.
So you're picking Lions +1. You got anything good to say about the Lions? You're just kind of saying you're kind of just trashing the Jets.
No, well, I'm trashing the Jets, but the Lions are good. Jared Goff, he threw 3 TDs today. 3 of them. His offense is always looking strong. They're always looking for the points. They're always looking for the TDs. They got that Dan Campbell energy in them, and they just go out and play hard. And I just think that the Jets aren't very good. They're good enough.
And you think that they're going to make the playoffs?
Yeah, I know they're going to make the
playoffs. And if they're going to make the playoffs, they got to win this. They got to win this week,
out, and they know that they have to win out because on their board, in their locker room, it says we are making the playoffs, and that's what they look at, and that's what they believe, and that's what I believe.
Okay, that's pretty good, Tara. I'm pretty happy with what you did there.
Yes,
I'm proud of you.
Thank
I'm proud,
you.
Big brother.
And you want to know what I call that? That's a lock.
What's that?
That's a lock.
Maybe we should come up with something other than lock. Everyone says lock.
That
do you know what I mean?
Stamp
what's another thing that's like
stamp it.
Stamp it?
Stamp it. Okay.
Like what's another thing that means lock? Like that's that's there's no it's locked up. It's zipped up. That's zipped up. You can zip that one up.
How about
you can leave your toilet paper at home. You can go out for the day because you're not going to shit your pants.
How about
do you know what I mean? No. Something like that, maybe something
like
butthole related, something like the butthole pod.
That's
listen.
What?
That right there is a pair of white skivs, pair of white underwear. We feel safe. No poop stains here, baby.
Yeah, that's a.
You can feel safe to put on the white something like that, right? How do you say that where it sounds good? That's the way we should be doing it.
Is that a tidy whitey? Whitey tidy whitey.
And that's a tidy whitey.
And that's a tidy whitey.
And that's a tidy whitey. All right, guys. I'll put out a video for this. Like, hey, just so you know, we don't say things are a lock anymore. This is how much we guarantee this pick. You can wear your tidy white. You don't got to worry about shit like a little shart here or there. You can wear your tidy whities, and and then meet up a girl and have little relations and not have to worry about them tidy whities being ruined, because that's how guaranteed. That's how safe you can feel. That's how safe you can feel. So that's a tidy whitey. Does that work?
I don't know.
I think it does. I don't have to explain that every time. We just call it a tidy whitey.
And that's
do you know what I mean?
I just explain it what it means.
That's our tidy whitey of the week. You can feel safe. You can feel safe.
Yep.
You're not going to have to break out the Clorox bleach on these bad boys.
You're not going to have to bring your shout white.
You're not going to have to clean this up. You can be
midday. Do you think people carry around shout wipes? Like if they wear white underwear and they're like, "Oh man, I'm going to hook up with
that wouldn't do, because shout wipes don't work that good. You just throw them out. I've thrown some underwear out in my life. You just throw those out. I've thrown underwear out. It's easier just to throw it out sometimes.
Okay.
Even if it's not that bad. It's like, what am I going to do? Wear this all day and kind of feel uncomfortable? Toss them undies in the garbage.
Okay.
I usually say they're ripped a little anyway. They're garbage. It's not because of the fart stain.
Shit stain.
I call them fart stains.
Yeah, the fart.
Because usually it's from a fart, you know?
Sure.
So I like to call them a fart stain. I don't call them shit stains. I call them fart stains.
Fart stains.
Hey, you can let that juicy fart loose. You can let that juicy fart loose in them tidy whities because it's gonna stay clean. And that's our Clorox bleach tidy whitey of the week. Something like that. I like it.
Okay.
Moving on from sports.
Yeah.
Do you have any other sports stuff for it all?
No.
Can we actually let's talk about Deion Sanders a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Just I know we're a little late to the game. Everyone talked about it
Yeah.
last week, but like, listen, get over yourself, bro. That's my take. Like, get over yourself, dude. Do you see the thing that he came out? It was like right before. It was like he came out. And it was like this big thing about. He said someone stole all his stuff out of like his office. See that video? It was like the press conference, but all he talked about was how people stole a bunch of all his shit out of his
Wasn't
office,
that like
and he
forever
talked about it
ago?
during the press con. Yeah, yeah, but it came out
Yeah.
again, and it's like people are like, "Oh, this is
Oh,
when he decided to get out of there." I'm like, it's like, what's the point of this press conference, bro? Like this, why having a press conference about this? Like,
yeah.
what is that, weirdo?
Yeah.
Like, get over yourself. It's just weird. I think it's weird. I think it's like I get
It is weird.
people. I think it's weird to like tote that you're this going to change HSBCs forever, and people are like, oh, he got a lot of eyes on him. I'm like, no, no, he didn't. He got a lot of eyes on his school, and he had a guy go to his school, like the number one recruit at that position, go to his school to be with Deion Sanders. And guess what? He left. That guy's no one of those guys are ever going there again, ever.
Yeah.
It's like it was like I don't care that he left. I don't. But don't
Right.
act like it. You're like helping. That's my only thing. I do not care that he left at all.
Right.
Go ahead, use that as your stepping stone, but don't pretend like it's this thing it's not. It's just so disingenuous. I'm so tired of people
Mm-hmm.
doing that. It's just like it'd be one thing. He's like, I'm going to stay here, and these are my guys. Everyone says that. Everyone knows it's not true.
Sure.
But to be like, I want to change HSBCU culture and like the way like the people think about it, and then you don't at all. You leave after 1 year of being successful and go to a major school. Like that's all the same. Like you know, HBS, do you know that an HSBCU, it was HBCU? Why am my brain not working all of a sudden? I'm sorry, guys. I'm a
Yeah.
piece of shit. HBCUs. I was saying, I just, all the letters start to run together on me on that one. HBCUs. Um, you know that another one, not even the
Mm-hmm.
one he was, fast track, because you have to have a degree to be like a head coach. They fast tracked him in that one, basically, so like
Really?
he could be a head coach for an HBCU. So not only that, he used a different. Not only did he use this college, I don't feel like he used this college, but he also did another college where they actually helped him get it, so he could basically
Right.
jump the line of other people and get this job that he wasn't going to get anywhere else. I don't have a problem with any of it, but just don't pretend. I really don't. Just don't pretend like you're doing something you're not, because it's like because people are gonna because that's the thing
Right.
is people are gonna look at it and say like he was so full of shit, and
Right.
it's actually gonna hurt the movement in my opinion. That's my problem with it. It's like I understand what he did, and I don't think it should hurt HBCUs at all. I think it should have like attention on him is a good thing, but I think people are gonna look at it. This is the same old dumb fucks and be like, see, he doesn't even believe it himself. So what the
Yeah.
fuck should I care? Do you know what I mean? I think
That's
that's
like
my
I
big
agree.
issue with it.
Dean can
You
do
know?
whatever he wants to do. I don't care. But when it seemed like when he first went to
Yeah.
Jackson State, he was this. I want to bring p- students to these schools and make this a thing and have them be competitive and blah 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 blah. And that's just not going to happen. And you're right. It's hard when you that's what your like platform is, and then
It
the
could have.
first chance you have at
It,
making money, you take it. Yeah.
right. It was always his plan too. It was always his plan was to leave.
Yeah.
And it is. I thought it was a great. Like that
No.
was really what he did. That'd been awesome. Like because right now that's not what's going to happen unless another guy goes there and
Right.
actually does that. But right now, all the eyes are going to come off of it again. Like people aren't going to pay attention to it again. They don't even. Most people don't even know what it is.
Right.
I keep saying it wrong, even though I kind of know what it is, and I know it's a good thing. And I understand it's like an
Right.
important thing. There's a ton of people that know shit about it,
Mhm.
and he was like, "I'm gonna get eyes on it," but the eyes are all gonna turn off of it now. No one's gonna pay attention to it. But then he goes in, he's like,
Mhm.
"Oh, I'm bringing all my guys with
Yeah.
me, Colorado, so be ready." Like, it's like you're kind of a douche. Like, don't be douchey about it. There's a bunch of kids that are like
Yeah.
going to college and have
Right.
dreams, you dude. Like, don't
And
be an asshole
that
about it. Why are you being an asshole to these kids? Like,
yeah.
that's my point.
Right.
You can come in and be like, "Hey, you're gonna work for these spots. It's not just yours." But instead, it's like, "I got my
Yeah.
guys, and they're awesome, and like you're probably out of here," sort of thing. Which I don't even know if that's allowed. If you have I don't
Right.
think we have. I don't
Well,
think they can just
also
like
what's so
take away guys'
crazy about
scholarships
it,
for no reason.
I have no clue of how shit like that works.
You know what I
But
mean?
what's
Isn't
also
that
so
true?
crazy about it is he was at like the HBCUs and it what and now he's like at one of the whitest colleges ever where it's like the African American population tends
Right.
to like be in
Colorado.
like
Yeah, absolutely.
sports and stuff like that. So it's just it's just crazy how it's like
Hmm.
one like, not like one thing
He's
to the
full of shit.
next.
That's
They're
all there
just
is
so
to
very
it.
different. And I don't know, Dion, it like yeah.
I, I just wish people were more genuine. I guess that's my biggest point is I just people were more genuine, weren't so full of shit all the time and just
Right.
said shit to like to just fucking say it. It's just like, dude, you didn't mean any of it. Like, you didn't mean any of it. You're also like, you're like this
Hmm.
wealthy, super like wealthy dude at this point who's had a whole career and like, you don't even know what it is to be like,
Right. Yeah.
struggling anymore. Like, you're so distanced from it. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
you're prime. You've always been prime. You've been prime for 30 years.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He's just disconnected as
I
like
think a
other
lot of
people with
times
lots
like
of
money
money,
just
That's
really
my point,
is a easy
kind of a
thing to
little bit.
disconnect you to reality because you just don't understand like the actual struggles. And like you might think that you do or you empathize with people or whatever, but when it comes down to it, like you really don't. And you see that a lot with celebrities that are like liberal celebrities that are just like you actually don't get
Right.
it.
Hmm.
No, God
Right.
no.
And
No,
we're
no,
not saying
no.
that Dean doesn't understand the struggles of being a black man in the world. Absolutely, he does. And he also, I don't know I actually don't know what he comes from money. I doubt he had a bunch of money when he was young. I don't think he comes from money at all. If I had to guess, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember hearing that anywhere. But like, my point is he's so separated from it now. He's so far from it. He's so far from being a student athlete
Yeah,
and doesn't, and it was always a star too. And doesn't even, and definitely doesn't know what it's like to be the guy that's like on the edge of teetering on the team and like
yeah.
maybe doesn't make the team, is barely a
No.
scholarship guy, is a walk on. He does not know what it's like to be that guy at all. And that's like, and it's kind of fucking shitty to act like that. Like, dude, you're not,
Yeah.
these people are people that are trying to like follow dreams and like, guess what? They're not guaranteed anything.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't think they're guaranteed anything, but you don't have to come and be a fucking dickhead about it. You don't have to come in and fucking shit on them. Like,
Mhm.
that's a fucking, you're a piece of shit for acting. That's a shitty thing to do, dude.
Yeah.
That's the thing I think that's bothering me the most about it. He's being a fucking douche about it.
But I'm not surprised.
That's my take.
No, that he's being a
That
douche.
our
I mean,
list,
Dion's kind of douchey.
that's my take. No, 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 me either. That's the thing is I'm not surprised. I'm not, but there's a lot of people like, there's people that are trying to defend him and stuff. And it's just like, what's that? Why are you trying
Yeah.
to defend him? What's the point of defend? What, like, can't you just say a guy's being a dickhead? You can be a dickhead and still be okay with him. Like, I don't have a problem with more of a problem with
Right.
Dion now. I don't think he deserves this job at Colorado. I think I'm happy. I'm happy he got the job and it could be cool. Like, you don't
All
see,
right, everybody.
I got. You honestly
We're
don't
back.
see
We're
that
having some
like technical
technical.
difficulties. We're just gonna take it from. We're just gonna start on a new thing. We don't really. I don't know where I was in my thought process. So we're just gonna move on to our next couple things. We're gonna try to be quick because something's going on with our recording system. I don't know what the deal is. It keeps kicking us out. But let's move on to Mulan. Okay, so Mulan. I watched Mulan. I didn't want to watch Mulan. Miranda somehow like hijacked Mulan and acted like it was like I was watching it because she sent the email. I was watching because of her and like she got to decide when we watched it. and how we watched it. And I'm just like, no, that's not how this works. I can watch it however I want. I can watch it as like shittily or not as shittily as I want, where I'm on my phone or whatever I want to do. However I want to do it. That's how this works. But she somehow hijacked it, and we watched it over the course of like one night, 2 nights, basically. I watched Mulan, and she got so mad. Like I fell asleep the first night, and she got pissed at me because I was like, I'm not feeling like there was parts of it I liked. I was like, oh, I kind of like the story of like Mulan and what she's up to. But then the second like the dragon showed up, Eddie Murphy's character, I didn't care. I was like, I don't care about this. Comedy's not funny. Like, get rid of it, because I enjoyed the actual storyline, the Mulan portion of it. Like, I thought that
Yeah.
was interesting and kind of cool, and I didn't realize that Mulan was a babe. How did I miss that growing up?
I don't
Like,
know.
no, because here's the thing: is Mulan and a lot of these Disney things came out after a certain here's my hottest take. Then we'll talk Mulan.
Okay.
Mulan fits in this character. It's not even a hot take. Disney movies, first of all, Disney adults are dumb. We'll start with that. Disney adults are stupid. Get over it.
Yeah.
It's Disney. Get over yourself. It's for children. It literally is for children. That is what it is for. That's what it's for. But Disney, up to a certain point, very young for boys, Disney becomes not a thing. Like the Disney part, like Disney princesses and things like that. It's for girls. It just is. Like Mulan is for girls. It's to pump up the girls.
Yes.
Little
It
Mermaid is
was.
for girls. Beauty and the Beast is for girls. It's not for guys. It's not for little. Like when you're a little boy, you don't mind. You like all the things, and I like them still. Even like I think I can appreciate some of them. But as a whole, it's not. It's not really for guys. Disney's for girls. It's like it's definitely female leaning entertainment. It just is. So there's a certain point where when you see a Disney movie, like especially like a classic princess Disney movie, you're just kind of like, I don't care. Like at this point, like I'm a 40-year-old man. Why? I'm not going to think this is super sweet. I'm just not. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
It's like, it's not for me. I'm not, if I would have saw when I was a kid, I love Lion King. I love Little Mermaid. I think those are great movies. I love Aladdin, but I was the right age when they came out. I got to a point now they're not even for me even a little bit,
Right.
so to see Mulan, which is now old and I'm old. So it's like after the fact, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's not really for me, I guess, is my point. Did I hate Mulan? No, I did not. Did I hate aspects of it? Yeah, I did. But I thought as a whole, it was kind of some really cool, impressive stuff in it. So Mulan, where do you want me to start, Terry? You can ask me questions if you want, but Mulan, as a whole, I liked it, and I'll give you a rating at the end of this. But
Yeah. Just tell me about it. Tell me about what you thought, and not like a whole big picture, but just like more about the story. And
I thought it was cool. I thought it was I liked it. I thought it was really a cool story. I definitely came out. What did it come out like? What year?
98.
1998. So 1998, I'm like, 14-year-old boy. 14-year-old boys ain't watching Disney movies. I'm watching wrestling at that point.
Yeah.
I'm playing video games at that point. I'm not watching Mulan. There's like a whole stretch there, like post Little Mermaid, Aladdin. Like there's a whole stretch I didn't watch, like Mulan. I didn't watch even Hunchback of Notre Dame. I was like almost a little too old when that came out. I just don't.
Yeah, I never
It's
saw
not
that.
for you. It's like a romance movie. It's not really. It
This was
lean.
not romance, really.
Huh? What's
This
that?
wasn't romance.
What was it?
Mulan. I
Yeah,
mean, it
but
was a
it is.
little
There's a
bit
love
of it.
story for some weird reason. The love story is so pointless. It's not really a love story. Just at the very actually we'll jump to that. It makes no sense at the end. Like, oh, you guys should be together. It's like what? Like the old man is like, oh, don't let her get away. And I'm like, what? Like he's like, you'll never find another woman like that. I'm like,
True.
they never had any attraction. It was just like a person that saved his life. Also, she was already a war hero when she made the all right, I'm jumping all over the place.
Yeah.
The love story, them trying to maybe getting together at the end is like so dumb and like insulting. Really, it's like what?
Yeah.
Like, but she's also like whatever. She doesn't really care. I mean, but they set it up where
Right.
like they're trying to get her a man, and then at the end is like that's the man it's going to be. It's like whatever. Not important to this story. It doesn't give this woman worth. Her worth is that she's kind of a badass. Like she's cool. She's cool as fuck. Like no doubt about it. Mulan's
Yeah.
a badass. I will say it. Mulan's a badass. Mulan's cool. Mulan's a badass. I didn't like the comedy portion of it. It took me out of it. Once that showed up and it was the dragon, I was just like, get these jokes out of here. They're not very good. And it's just kind of like, It wasn't needed. I felt like it just wasn't necessary.
Yeah. And I feel like, you know, because he didn't have any redeeming qualities. He was just a selfish little dragon
Right.
that was just trying to do something for himself. So I was kind of like, he was always fucking shit up, and I was not about him. He was pissing me off most of the time. And then in the end, when he like finally gets his place as a guardian, I was like, you're kind of
Why?
an asshole.
Also, does
And I
Disney
don't
not end
think you
movies? It goes
deserved
like it
it.
has that little like party at the end. They're like, dee, dee, he gives Guardian. They're like throwing like almost like a little party in there. It's like
Yeah.
this is the end of the movie. This doesn't make any sense. Like this movie, I think the movie could have been excellent. So I thought, oh, maybe people didn't like the live action one because it didn't have any of the songs in it and stuff. But then we watched
Yeah.
like little parts of the live action. It's fucking brutal,
Is
terrible,
it?
unwatchable, not good. Doesn't make any sense. It's just like, what is this? This is so bad.
The songs are really good in Mulan.
Yeah, I liked the songs all right. I like the battle scenes were cool.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised. So they had the scene where like they killed the village, destroyed the village, and also
Oh,
killed everybody. That was like straight out of
yeah.
Games of Thrones shit.
I know.
That was dark. That was dark.
Yeah. Or the gladiator.
Huh?
Or like the gladiator.
Or the gladiator, yeah. Yeah, for sure. So it starts out, she's, just kind of a girl that they're trying to match up with a guy, and she's not really she doesn't really even do anything wrong. She just doesn't like
She's just not prim and
the
proper.
matchmaker didn't want just like there was like a weird thing with the matchmaker where like the cricket was fucking everything up. She didn't really even do anything
Yeah,
wrong. That was
I
the thing.
know.
That was the weird thing about it is like she wasn't like even like not that proper or like feminine. And then so it didn't really make that much sense. And then she goes off to fight for her dad, which was really cool. Like, I'm gonna go fight for you.
Hmm.
Like, I'm gonna sneak out in the middle of the night. And he was like,
Oh my gosh, when he says, you dishonored me because she spoke in front of the guy.
yeah,
And I was just like, I felt her pain so much.
right,
I was like, that was so mean.
yeah. So, yeah, but she goes off to fight. She trains, and then she, no one at the camp is doing very well for this.
No.
No, they're all doing really bad actually. And
Yeah.
then she climbs up that big pole, but not really the way she was supposed to. She figured something out. Like she basically would use her ingenuity to get up instead of like strength, which is good. Ingenuity is good. But then after that, everyone like got their act together. It made no
Yeah.
sense. It was like, oh, now we all can get our shit together. If it was maybe more like, if maybe they showed them like, oh, they have their own skills and they figure out their own things, like that's what should have really been the montage. Like, oh, they all have some fun skills that like maybe like normal soldiers don't have, and that's why they are effective. I thought that was weird. But anyway, they go, and then all the soldiers are dead. His dad's dead. Spoiler alert. And then they're like, well, we gotta get back to the city, right? So they take the fast way because they know the mountains. So they take the fast way through the mountains. And while they're through the mountains, they get attacked by the Huns. And that's a really cool scene. Like the battle scene is really
Oh
cool.
my
Like the
gosh.
animation
And the
was awesome in that.
avalanche.
Yeah, the avalanche was cool, but like just them coming over the hill was really
Yeah.
cool. Just looked really
It's like,
realistic, or not
oh
realistic, but it looked.
shit.
It was like, oh, this is really intricate
And then there's
the way
so
they did
many of
this.
them.
Mm-hmm. And then they avalanche him, and then she saves everyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she saves everyone with her avalanche move, and you think all the Huns are dead, but obviously she gets stabbed or sliced, so she goes in the
Mm-hmm.
tent, and she's just revealed as a woman, as Mulan, and he's like, he's so pissed about it. Everyone's so fucking pissed about it, and she at this point she's already a war hero. Sorry to tell you, she is
Yeah.
already a war hero at this point. She's already completed her war hero ness.
She saved all of your asses.
Literally killed everyone and saved everyone. Which all of a sudden at that point there was like 8 of them. What happened to the rest of their squad? There was not just 8 of them. Also, there's just like barely in it. It was like, what the hell happened here? Because they hadn't been. Did they all die when they were shooting those arrows? It didn't make any sense. But anyway, he gets pissed and like a life for a life, and he spares him. Like life for a life. She's fucking just. It was not one life. She saved everybody. Like she saved everyone. So they all leave her behind after the avalanche, which was pretty cool and didn't make any sense. Also, the horse is like running through the avalanche. What was that?
True. It was awesome.
It didn't make any sense. Why would a
Why?
horse be able to run through the avalanche?
Because
No, but it
it
took
was
out all
con.
their. But it took out all of their horses.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. That part I didn't like. Just have it like. Just don't have it trouncing through the through it. Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so that happens, right? And they all
Yeah.
leave her behind. They just leave her to rot. And but then you realize, and then she's like, and then
It
she
did.
realizes, and then she sees all the Huns come, like the main Huns, like the bad ones, like the big bad boys,
Yeah.
the shirtless ones, and the main guy. The shirtless ones are really funny. Just two
Yeah.
dudes is like, we don't rock shirts even in the winter snow. We don't even rock shirts in the winter snow. And they come out, so she's got to go warn everybody. She gets to the city, she's like, they're here, and no one's listening to her, obviously, because they're all pieces of shit. Even though she saved the day, and they all know that she saved the day, and they're ashamed of
Yeah.
themselves. So I liked that part of it. They're ashamed of
Yeah.
being losers. But the funny thing is, like when they show them, you realize they're like outside of the city, like establish that before that fight happens. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know when that fight happens, you don't know that the city's just down the hill,
Right.
like down the mountain. Like that would have made it even more intense. Like, oh, this is dangerous. They're
They're
so
like,
close.
yeah.
And then they show that they're right outside of it right after that. The editing is just a little tough in it. That's just one of my critiques of it. It's fun as a whole. She saves the day again, obviously, and then she
Hmm.
goes home. Like the guy offers her to be on his council, and then she's like, "Nah, I'm good. Homie, that sounds terrible. I'm going home." And
Yeah.
then
I'm going home to
and
be
then the
with my dad
captain,
and
who
mom.
should be the general at that point, I would assume, because dad died and he was next in line. I don't know why he's not just the general,
Hmm.
but he just like, I'm gonna go. I don't know, try to court this woman who's probably 15. Who knows how old she's supposed to be? But um, so yeah, it's a fine movie. Like I had fun watching it, and there's parts of it. And if I was
Did you laugh at all?
no, not really.
Oh, I laughed quite a bit.
I don't think it's funny.
There was some
I
funny
Well,
stuff.
parts are funny. Well,
I don't remember,
nothing to
but
do
I
with
definitely
Eddie
was
Murphy.
laughing.
The Eddie Murphy stuff's
No,
not funny. Maybe like the
I think like the three
yeah, maybe like the other
friends.
three dudes. Maybe the other three
Hmm.
dudes are funny. Um, did you know that Donny Osmond is the voice that sings the songs of the? I don't,
Really?
not the voice. He doesn't voice the actor. What's his name?
He sings though?
What's the main guy's name? Lee or something. Lee.
I don't remember.
Doesn't matter. The main dude, the captain, that like
Hmm.
tries to marry her at the end. It's some dude I didn't know, but then it's but then it's
The
Donny Osmond does the singing. Yeah, yeah,
I'll
Donny
make a
Osmond does
man
it.
out of you.
Yeah, it's Donny Osmond.
That's funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's funny. Just a heads up, middle of this, Chargers are up 10-7 in the second. So my pick
Uh-oh.
obviously hits, no doubt about it. Lock it up, double lock it right now. Double lock it. So yeah, that's Mulan. I don't know. It's not that I think we should probably in the future avoid cartoons that are for kids. I would say. I don't know that they're that interesting to
It
talk
was
about.
interesting to me. I just think that you are such a naysayer about
How am I a
it.
naysayer?
You are one, you
First of
started
all,
it
you
out.
guys love you. They say that like I like far more movies than any of you like. I just dislike more movies than you too because I watch everything. I'm not naysaying it. I just don't think it's that great because I'm also fucking almost 40 and it's for children.
Well, I
And it's not
watched
that
it
good.
again
And it's also
and
not that good.
I watched it again and I thought it was awesome. I
You
was
have an
like,
affinity for it because you grew up
Mulan.
with it.
I know I did not see it until I was an older person, probably like 30 something.
Wow, that's weird.
And I loved it
And you still thought it was
because,
dope.
yeah, because Mulan is awesome. She
Yeah, I
is,
agree. I that part of it I said is good, but they don't focus on it. They do a bunch of bullshit. They should have just focused on her being a badass instead of doing all the dumb Disney shit that was like kind of old and played out by the time Mulan came out. It's like, why have we got Eddie Murphy voicing another like jokey character where it's like, just follow this cool character and let her be cool. Like, let her be a
yeah,
badass. Like, make it about that.
I think that's what it mostly was. Because then she had to deal with Eddie Murphy's bullshit and fix it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved her. I thought she was awesome. I liked the three friends that she fought with.
Yep.
Um, I thought it was awesome.
It's fine. I'm not
What?
gonna I'm not gonna like tell people that they gotta go watch it, that's for sure. I'm not gonna write into a podcast and like, you need to watch this movie this week and you watch it now. Like, I don't think I missed like the movies I make her watch are like Boogie Nights. Like, if you missed Boogie Nights, you kind of missed something important.
Yeah.
Mulan's kind of like it's not bad. She's a
And it's
badass.
a short movie, which is fun. I like pretty much watched it in the car in my ride home
Well, Disney movies are
from
short.
Cassville.
It's like an
You
hour
always
and a half.
had me watching like 3 hour movies, and I'm like,
I
Jesus
can't help it. That's how
Christ.
long the
And
movies are.
it took you 2 days to watch an hour and 30-minute movie. Like, what?
Well, that's only because Miranda wanted to watch it late one night, and I fell asleep because it was like late. I don't want to watch this now. But we watched it because she
All
wanted to watch.
right.
She was like, "Why?" She falls asleep during everything, but she was like wide awake, like this is the best thing I've ever watched.
What do you rate it?
What do I rate it? That's a great question,
Yeah.
Tara. I was struggling to come up with a rating system for it.
Okay.
And I went with I don't know. I got to come up with something. I'm sorry. I couldn't. I've been thinking about like, what do I rate this thing? I was trying to think of something clever, and now I feel bad for all the times I ripped upon you because this is my first rating I've had to do. But I would probably say it is 3 out of 5.
Stars.
3 out of 5. 3 out of 5 dragons. No, that's not what it is. Man, I don't know, Tara.
3 out of 5 Guardians.
3 out of 5 guardians. I don't even know if it's a 3 out of 5 though. I'm trying to decide what it really is to me.
Okay.
Because I'm struggling with it. Because I liked it. I did. But I don't like, I'm not going to like, I don't think if people miss it and don't watch it, they're missing anything that's like going to hurt them.
I think every young girl should watch it.
I'll give you
like,
that.
fuck you.
Young boy,
like,
no, young boys should watch it too.
Yeah.
I think young people should watch it because it'll like, you can see that the girls and guys are. I think it has a bad message though too. Like, I don't think it'd be now if they made it now. I wouldn't have them all be like, "A girl can't do this." Just don't even have that part of it. Do you know what I mean? Just have a girl be a badass at this point, and just have people accept it. I think that's what needs to happen more. It's like, cool, everyone just accepts that they're a badass. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's kind of why I like. That's
Kill
kind of the
Bill?
cool thing about Kill Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Is all those chicks are badasses and no one's like, oh, they're women. It's like, no, there's kind of they're just part of the crew. These dudes and those they're all kind of just part of the crew, and no one's really quite like, oh, you're a pretty badass for a woman. No, they're just kind of badass. You know, that part of it's kind of that part of that I kind of like. Mulan 2, did you see it? Did you see Mulan 2? No?
I don't even know what it's about.
I don't either. All right, I'll say 3. Man, I can't even think of anything that's in the movie that stuck with me as far as like important things other than like oh, you know what? I did like their rockets. The cannons. Those were cool.
Fun.
You know what I'll say? I'll say 3 out of 5 avalanches. That's what I'll say. Okay. 3 out of 5 avalanches. Avalanche was a pretty big part of it. I'll say 3 out of 5 avalanches. That's pretty good, I think. It's better than not. It's better than 2.
Yeah, that is
3 out of 5 avalanches is my Mulan rating.
All right.
Next time,
leave the movies to watching to me. The movie reviews to me.
I think my review's fine. It just wasn't as like your reviews are fun.
Excited at all?
Huh?
I didn't get excited about anything.
Who?
You.
I said it was good. I just said there was a bunch of things I didn't. I'm just all I said is it wasn't like my favorite thing. That's fine to not have it be my favorite thing. I said it was cool. She was cool. Like somehow, like I said, I was too old for it, which is interesting. I had to take on Disney stuff. I feel like there's definitely an age for boys, men, males where Disney ends. Just like like I'm not saying everything Disney, but like the Disney princess story, the Disney cartoon, it kind of like it kind of ends for you. That Disney prince, you don't really care. You kind of stop caring about it a little bit when you really think about it. That Disney had a lot of good female, role models, and mostly guys were dickheads in Disney movies. They were like little bitches, almost always. They're either assholes like Gustav. What's his name? Gaston. Gaston's an asshole. The dude in Mulan was an asshole, like the assistant, whatever the hell he was.
Yeah, he was terrible.
He's a douchebag. Like there's either the guys are either douchebags or they're like kind of douchey, and then they in the end because they realize the girl's kind of attractive, they're okay with them. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of what happens. It's not that cool. It's not a great message. I'm gonna say it. Not a great message for boys or girls, honestly. I think better for girls, like, hey, just be a badass and like you can do anything. But it almost kind of like gives guys like, oh yeah, if they're attractive, they're cool. They're cool enough. That's the message. It's a bad message. Get out of here, Disney. Disney is overrated as a whole. That's my other take. I just think in general, like all the Star Wars stuff, all the stuff on Disney Plus, it's all very overrated. Some of it's good. Some of it's very good. Some of it's pretty good. None of it is very good. But like as a whole, I just think it's a little overrated. Like all the Marvel stuff is Disney too, technically, and it's all kind of like it's all too big. It loses a lot of its lust. It loses a lot of its story because everything gets too big. Back in the day, it was better. I will say in the 90s, the Mulan days, it had a little more soul and heart to it. That wasn't like as big as Mulan was, like those battle scenes were pretty big and kind of cool and probably took a lot of time to do. But it didn't really lose its like heartfeltness at all to me.
No.
They got to the scene. I didn't cry. I will say I didn't cry when the dad was proud of her at the end.
I didn't either.
I thought I might, but he just was too much of a douche.
Yeah.
At the beginning that I didn't even like care. Like I didn't even believe that he was proud of her. I guess that's what it was. I think he was only sort of proud of her.
No, he was. And he's very like, proud
but
in
the end, he really wished that he was his son.
No,
I don't believe that he was proud of her.
He was so proud of her.
No, he said something that was good, but it didn't get me.
He said that.
I'm surprised it didn't get me.
What did he say? He said his.
You're my son now.
No,
you're about as good as having a son. I don't know how long we've been going. Let's do our thing and then get out of here.
F out. Okay.
So we didn't really have a thing for this week, guys, but we came up with we don't want to do holiday because the holiday is next week. We're gonna do Christmas, Hanukkah, holiday stuff next week. We'll do top 5 tier. We'll have to pick what we want to do for next week so people can play along if they want. But we decided this week to do our top 3 plus snow movies. Not really holiday, but like there can be a holiday one in there if you want it to be, but our like snow is a big part of the movie, I would say. Like there's I would say snow is either, I don't know how you went with this. For me, it was like snow is a big part of either the atmosphere or a plot line of the story. That's what I went with. So our top 3 plus snow movies here, because it is winter and snow is inevitable. Tara, do you want to start with your number 5? Did you come up with 5?
Yeah. My number 5 is Frozen.
Frozen.
Yes. I know we just talked Disney and how you don't like it.
Again, no, it's not that I don't like it. I just don't. It's not for me.
Yeah.
Frozen was not for me. It wasn't.
Well, I saw it with Dad and he liked it, and we had a fun time watching it. It was good.
I also think it's for dads that have daughters. I think it's nice for dads that have daughters. I think dads with daughters love Disney. Dads with sons don't give a fuck about Disney. I'm telling you that right now. Dads with just sons, they don't give a fuck.
All right.
That's my take. They're not going to Frozen. They're going to Wakanda Forever.
Probably. All right.
Anything else about that? I think it's a good. I mean, it makes sense. I think it's a good pick. I don't hate it. I just obviously didn't. It was like
so. It's a really great movie, and it's frozen. There's snow in it everywhere. Olaf the snowman might be one of
Yeah,
my most favorite characters ever.
sure.
Just such a heartwarming, lovely little fellow, and he has maybe like one of the sweetest lines ever in Disney movie history. Some people are just worth melting for when he's trying to save Anna.
That
So
sounds
fucking
sexy.
good. It's
That
so
sounds
good.
sexy. That sounds drippy, drippy wet. I
All
like it.
right.
I'm just saying that's what it sounds like to me. I got a list
Mm-hmm.
here. I got a list. I didn't have them in order. I got to off the top of my head. I got to drop one out as honorable mention, and I will say, I do have one holiday one on here, and it
I
is
do
going to
too.
be A Christmas Story. I think Christmas Story is a great snow movie. It's like just seeing them get dressed up in their outfits and walk in the cold in the snow. It's probably some of the best scenes maybe in the movie are just the kids dealing with being going to and from school with snow involved. And then
Mm-hmm.
and obviously there's the tongue on the pole scene. There's a little brother that has to get all bundled up and they're just always walking in the winter and there's snow everywhere. And then the snowball hits Ralphie and he got
Mm.
fucking beats the
And he
shit out
goes
of
crazy.
what's his nuts? Can't think of his name all of a sudden. What's his name?
I don't remember, but I know what you're talking
Scott
about.
Farkas?
Scott
Farkas.
Farkas.
Scott Farkas. Scott Farkas?
Scott.
Yeah. Scott Farkas. And then he beats the shit out of him. There's blood in the snow. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good
Yeah.
scene. So that's my number 5 snow movie. What do you got for number 4, T?
My number 4 snow movie is Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, good one. I was struggling to think of them. I didn't want to just have a bunch of holiday ones
Uh
and like,
huh.
but yeah, Edward Scissorhands is a good snow movie. Talk about it a little bit.
Yep. So I bet lots of people are like, what? Edward Scissorhands is about a a man with scissor hands. It's not a
It's
snow
true. It
movie,
is.
but
It is.
but there is a lot of snow that happens in it, especially when he's up at like the mansion. There's
Oh
always
yeah.
snow. There's like that famous scene with what's her nuts, Winona Ryder, where they're in
Oh,
the
what's your nuts, Winona
snow.
Ryder? No, no, it's like I think it's Tim
And
Burton's like most beautifully shot movie.
yeah,
Like it's very
it.
pretty. The snow's really cool in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick, Tara.
Thank you.
My number 4 snow movie is Fargo.
Mm.
Fargo is got it's just middle of I think North Dakota, South Dakota. It's a Dakota, and it's just
North.
snow everywhere. It's like it's almost the character, like the main character, the other than Greed in the movie. It's Greed and then snow. I feel like the main characters in the movie after
Mm.
before even the actors.
I've
I
never seen
really
it.
like Fargo. What's that?
I've never seen
Excuse
Fargo.
me. Oh,
I've
what?
never seen Fargo.
Ooh, right now it might be on your list. If I love Fargo, I've been wanting to watch it. So if I make you watch it, I will watch it.
Okay.
But you might say no to a couple of these other ones. We'll see. There's only one more that you may not have seen. We'll see. No, you've seen these all, so it might have to be right now. Fargo, you're watching next week for next
Okay.
week, Tara. It's a good one. It's more than 2 hours. I'm sorry,
Oh,
but you will like it. You will like it. I promise.
okay.
But yeah, so Fargo, it's just like the cold and the snow are such a fun part of it. You
Hmm.
don't see that a lot in like detective-y, whodunit-y sort of like heisty type movies. It's usually like L.A. or New York during the like.
Right.
It's not like the snow in like the middle of the winter. Like that doesn't happen often. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is my only Christmas movie on here, and it is Christmas Vacation.
Almost made my list.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those movies that there's a lot of like important scenes with snow.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just to name a few, when they're driving to the Christmas tree farm and that whole scene, and they go over the big snow bank and they're like,
Yep.
"Oh, we're here,"
Yep.
and then they
It's
go
very. It feels very
sledding.
very realistic. The snow
Yes,
part of
and
it.
anytime he's putting up Christmas lights,
Yep.
it's snowy,
They
and
sled.
they go. Yep, I said that just a
Oh,
second
you did.
ago.
I missed
Yep,
it.
just a lot of like snow stuff.
Yeah, it's good. The snow stuff is good.
Yeah.
No snowball fights in it. I do like a good snowball fight, but
Hmm.
my number 3, um, is Cliffhanger.
Ooh.
Cliffhanger. I don't know if you've seen it. I know you have, because right? You've seen Cliffhanger.
Is that where the first
Sly
scene?
Stallone.
Is
Yeah,
that the first?
the
And I
chick
was like,
falls.
nope, I'm not watching this. I know what's
You
happening.
didn't,
So
but you watched the whole movie with me, didn't you?
no,
Oh, you didn't watch any of it after that?
no, I
I
said,
thought you
fuck
watched it.
you. I know what this. I don't think so.
I might make you watch Cliffhanger then.
I don't. No, I don't. I'm not watching it.
So
I
you're
don't
watching
think I
Fargo, which is
watched it.
like,
No.
no, I think we watched it and you were mad, and then we talked about how it was like basically you remembered the Ace Ventura scene where he drops the monkey.
Right. That's why I knew she was gonna fall. So I left the
And then you
room.
watched the whole scene and you were like pissed that it happened. I think you watched the whole movie with me.
I don't think I did. I think I just watched I knew what was coming, and I go, "This is like from Ace Ventura," and you started giggling, and then I was like, "I'm leaving."
Well, the snow is a good character. Like it's not super snowy at the beginning, but like they get eventually they're on the mountain and he doesn't even have a jacket and he's running around out there, Sly Stallone, and it's badass. Like it's a badass deal.
Yeah.
There's some. It was pretty cool. So that's why
Okay.
it's on my list. What's your number two?
My number two is Cool Runnings.
My number two is also Cool Runnings.
Look out! Look at us.
Cool Runnings.
Cool
I had a
Running.
chance for number one.
Yeah. Oh, Jamaica got a bobsled team.
Mm-hmm.
Just like when they go to the Olympics and they're so freaking cold.
Yes, it's so
Oh,
fun. And they just
yes.
like they don't really play in the snow a lot, but they're around the snow. It's
Yeah.
around them at all times where they're bobsledding and it's really fun.
And then
Yes.
like they also do stuff where they're like in the freezer and getting like snow on them, like
Mm-hmm.
ice on them,
Yeah, it's good.
which is
It's very
funny.
good. Cool Runnings. Cool. A lot of my stuff is from the 90s. Cool.
I
But
know.
the thing was, Terry, I kind of looked it up. There hasn't been a lot of snow stuff in the last 20 years. They don't do snow movies anymore. Hollywood's afraid to be in the snow.
There was
Bunch of
like Snow
pussies.
Day, but I didn't like that
That's almost
movie.
Terror Snow Day's like 20 years old.
Oh my god.
We were in high school when that came out.
I know. Um my number
So
one?
I already told you my number two. So what's your number one?
My number one is The Shining.
Ooh, Tara, my number one, The Shining.
Oh, look at us.
It had
I
to be.
mean, it had to be. Like they are like they set again a character being like the snow in the cold
Yep.
weather and the shitty weather.
Mm-hmm.
That is a character in
And it's
that.
causing everything. It
Yes.
causes everything to happen. Like
Isolation and
yes,
mhm.
it's the reason they have to shut down the hotel in the winter
Exactly, because no one comes
because they can't
because
even go
they
there
can't
anyway.
get
So it's the only
there.
reason the movie can't happen without snow.
Exactly.
It's Tara. That's a great pick. It's
Yeah, Drew,
definitely
that
The
was a
Shining is the
wonderful
best snow
pick.
movie, and
Yeah.
it's great scenes in the snow too. Like
Oh
there's the
yeah,
old
when
man.
they're
There's the old
outside.
man trying to drive in the snow and get there in that
Yep.
cat. There's them trying to get
Yeah.
out. They can't get out because the roads are closed. And then
Uh-huh.
there's them running around in the fucking. There's the first time they're running around the maze, just the
Yep.
two of them, and it's fun. And then there's the end, which is
Where
like
it's
the
scary.
best snow scene ever, probably. Right
Yeah.
here,
Oh
that's a good number
gosh,
one.
that movie. That movie's so creepy.
I have one other one that was an honorable mention. It also could have been number one, I thought too.
Okay, what is it?
And again, it doesn't really happen if snow doesn't hit town, and it's Groundhog Day.
Oh yeah.
Groundhog Day is a great snow movie.
It
Once the
is a
snow
great
hits and they're
snow
stuck
movie.
there, and he builds snowmen, he has snowball fights, he falls and
Yep.
kisses her in the snow. When he wakes up and he sees the snow outside, and then he wakes up the final time and sees the snow outside, so you think it's happened
Man,
again.
that one should definitely be on a list.
Yeah, it probably could jump in. I probably could take Cliffhanger off of the list
Yeah.
at number three, but no, I love
But
Cliffhanger.
no,
Groundhog
I'm
Day is
keeping
good
it.
as far as like if you really want to be like. I feel like the of all of those, I really think of all of those, the snow is such an important part of the movie for everything we
Mm-hmm.
both named.
Yeah.
I think we did a really good job with this one,
Yeah, we nailed it.
snow, especially since we came up with it today.
I know.
Snow
Gosh,
movies.
look at us.
Look at
We're
us. We're
freaking
pros.
we're pro Potters.
We only have one email, Tara,
All right, let's hear it.
and it's from Let me get over to it. Melon Fights. Melon Fights, MELLON fights at gmail.com. If you guys want to reach out and send us your 5 snow days or snow movies, or if you want to get head start on our holiday movie. Tara, what should we do next week for our holiday list? A top 10, maybe? Top 10. Let's do a top 10.
Top 10?
Because
Okay, a top
holiday
10
movies are hot. Let's just do straight up. Do you want to
holiday
do holiday
movies?
movies? Do you want to do holiday characters? Do you want to do? We could do our top 5 Santa Clauses. That could be fun.
Ooh, I like that.
Only Santa
I like
Clauses.
that.
Like
Yep.
who are our favorite Santa Clauses
Yep.
ever?
Yep.
Let's do
I
that.
like
Top 5 Santa Claus. Top 3 plus 5 Santa Clauses. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we can do some other holiday stuff too. That's fun.
Yeah, I got a couple things on here that we can do
Yeah, if you for
for our
next week.
holiday up.
Do
Yeah.
I have to think ahead of it, or we're just going to do it that day?
No, we'll just do it that day.
All right, cool. Here's our one email. It's was sent I think last week during our. It was sent last week after we recorded. It's from GMM. That's our pop. It says it's gonna be quick, no order, or all interchangeable. Coolest couple. He didn't do coolest character. He went coolest couple. Vincent Vega and Mia Wallace from Pulp Fiction. Okay, not bad. He also hold on. I can't see you. Let me pull you back up. He also says they were super cool when they were on screen together. He's not wrong. He couldn't pick between Han Solo and Indiana Jones as coolest, so he only had one cool couple. But he liked the couple and then he couldn't pick between Solo or Indiana Jones. But he came up. But he liked the
Han.
whip. Whip makes him top 5. Han stealing away Princess Leia from her brother is the coolest. And he said, and then his other one is Ernie from Billy Madison. Enough said.
Oh, Ernie.
And why is that, Tara?
Because if
Why is he
peeing
the
your
coolest?
pants is cool,
Because he pees his
me
pants. He's the
Miles
coolest.
Davis.
He's the coolest. He pees his
You're
pants.
not
He's Ernie.
cool unless you pee your pants.
You're not cool unless you pee your pants. It's a good one. He said Paul Newman is Cool Hand Luke. Just watch it and you'll agree. I haven't seen Cool Hand Luke in years. I was pretty young. I wonder if I like it.
I never seen.
We should watch that maybe, but you're gonna watch Fargo, Tara. I like Fargo a lot. It's a good one. John
Okay.
Wick. Boom, mic drop. He said John Wick is pretty cool.
He is cool.
And he says he loves his little melon fights. So that's melon fights, MELLON fights at gmail.com. Please send us an email. If you've never sent us an email, send one now. If you don't want us to say your name, don't. We won't. But we will, because you're going to want us to say it. But
Yeah.
tell us not to. We won't. If you don't want people to know you read it, whatever, listen to us, because we're shitheads. Send us an email, or you can check out our clips on Melon Fights on TikTok. Melon Fights on TikTok. Andyland Entertainment on the gram. Tara, did you have a grievance for the week?
Not really.
Cool.
Do you
Sounds
have
good.
grievance? Do you want
Do
me
I
to
have a
have one?
grievance for the week? What?
Do you want
Do
me
you
to
have a
have
grievance?
one?
Are you mad that we didn't come home for the holiday? For
Oh,
the thing?
yeah, I actually was. That was my grievance.
Canceled.
Oh, I was bummed out because I had canceled my trip to Austin because I thought my brothers were both coming home for this party.
You canceled your trip for this?
Yeah. And then
I didn't know that. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yep. So I was like, all right.
You shouldn't have.
Well, I learned my lesson.
I'm going to say I think we made the right call. I had just so many things to do. I had to put up my Christmas cactus, Tara.
Yeah, I saw that.
Was it fun? Did you have a good time?
Cute. It was enjoyable.
People
I
getting
drank
weird
a
and
little
wild?
too much. Not
You did?
really. Yeah.
People didn't get wild?
Not really. I had a little bit of a headache last night, so I went to bed pretty
Why was
early and
Dad hungover
woke up.
then?
Well, because he drank way more than me.
But I mean, the crowd. Was the crowd drinking a lot?
I mean, yeah, probably, but not too crazy. There was one girl that had to be taken home because she was like, Aunt Jackie and Jake had to drive her home.
Aunt Jackie came?
Yeah.
Oh, she said she wasn't going to come. Huh?
No, she did. She said she was going to be there.
Oh, I asked her, and she said probably not when I talked to her on Thanksgiving.
And Julie came.
That was good that people came.
Yeah.
I just figured I wouldn't get any FaceTime anyway. So another time. No one knows what we're talking about, but anyway,
Oh, I got a
moving on.
grievance. I
Oh, yeah,
got a
what is it?
grievance. Um, my grievance is with myself because I'm just so accommodating and nice that anytime someone comes here, they just automatically get my room. Oh,
Who you giving your
and
room to?
now Uncle Steve, and I have to like clean it, and mom's like you gotta clean your bedroom better. I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do. She's like, you just have stuff everywhere. I'm like, yeah, I got a lot of stuff that's just smashed into my room. So I gotta figure out how to make it cleaner than it already is.
Well, that'll happen.
But I can't even stay over at my own house tomorrow. I have to go and stay at Sarah's.
Sorry. Could come down here. Party.
No, I
I
can't.
forgot New Year's Eve.
I work.
Never mind then.
Hmm.
Tara, have yourself a Tuesday.
Have yourself a Tuesday.
It's tomorrow's only Monday, but have a Tuesday.
Have a Tuesday.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Melon
Melon
fights.
fights. That works better when you actually do it correctly instead of holding the note longer. Because I
Well,
can sing it with you.
I'm gonna do it again because I can do
Okay.
it however I want because it is my thing. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Melon
Melon
fights.
fights. You see, that one isn't
Oh,
as good.
guys, real quick, if you haven't watched it, if you want to watch something good, if you have Hulu, Wheel of Fortune, Jack Black was on. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasant thing to watch. Jack
Ooh.
Black on Celebrity Wheel of Fortune. Always a fun time. He just is having a good time. It was kind of the point where the other two were like, "What do we even do? Jack Black's having too good of a time, and we're boring." It was Cal Penn,
Uh
Penn
huh.
Cal.
Cal
You know what I'm
Penn.
talking about?
Yep.
Is he
Yep.
Cal Penn or Penn
Kumar.
Cal?
Cal Penn.
Kumar, yeah. And then what's the other girl's name? I think she was on SNL for a second. So anyway, that was the funny part. She was like, she was promoting they have a podcast. She's like, oh yeah, we have a podcast. Oh yeah, what's it called? Best Friends. I'm like, okay, original. You guys get to be the Best Friends podcast. Like, what are we talking about? The point was that didn't even know what to do because Jack Black was just having a nice time and they just like felt so uncomfortable. Like they didn't even seem like they knew how to have a good time. Jack wasn't even trying to take over either. Just when it was his turn, he'd be like, all right. And he'd like really put it like, all right. And he'd put his like back into the spin and stuff like that.
I'm about to watch it. Like,
Yeah,
that's
it's
what
on
I'm
Hulu
doing
if you
tonight.
throw it on Hulu and watch it. It's an hour long, so
Sashir.
they're all really bad at Wheel of Fortune.
I love it.
Hey, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, melon fights.
Melon fights.
Right.